that off. All right. Let's get in it. All right, let's get into it. We got a lot to cover in an hour. We got an hour show, got a lot to cover. When it comes to approaching women, even since the pickup artists 2 decades ago, when it started in the 90s, they were always trying to focus on the approach, as if the approach was the most important thing when it came to the game. Everything that you do must be a skill. Hello has got to be a skill. The way you approach has got to be a skill. The way you text has got to be a skill. The way you position yourself has got to be a skill. But even with that being said, most people are under the impression that approaching women is one of the most important things of the game. But it's not, because the game has nothing to do with you approaching a woman. Approaching a woman is just you approaching the woman. That's all it is. There's nothing really special about it, but society and the media and online has made it important to a lot of young men that approaching a woman is the end all be all. It's the one thing that I have to do in order to get the woman's attention, and that's not the truth. Approaching is just approaching. That's all it is. If we look at approaching like a football game, the football team hasn't even got on the plane to fly to the stadium to go in the locker room and get dressed. Approaching, again, has nothing to do with the game. But with that being said, approaching a woman has everything to do with the experience you have in the game. Meaning that how you talk to a woman is going to tell your story to that woman by the way you approach that woman, okay? When it comes to approaching women, it's not a hard thing to do. The hard part to approaching a woman that most men fail at, or most men don't want to look at when it comes to the game, is believing in yourself enough to talk to a woman without being creepy, weird, or show the woman a lack of experience. It's one of the hardest things to do, because so many men out there put so much pressure on themselves when it comes to talking to a woman that they don't realize they put too much pressure on themselves, because they have a worship of women and they feel that women are better than them because they are worried about what the woman thinks about them, versus the young man looking to himself to learn from the experience of the approach. You're not going to get every woman. And if you do versus if you don't, it doesn't really matter, because at the end of the day, it has nothing to do with you and the game when the two of you begin to talk to each other. You see, the man that makes it all about the woman, who worships the woman, who puts the woman above himself, is the same man that looks to try to impress the woman when he walks up to her by trying to say, do, or act a certain way to try to put himself in a false position when he doesn't even know the individual that he's talking to. As a man, when I approach a woman, I never go in to approaching a woman to impress that woman, because I'm too busy impressing myself. What I will do is I will go about my day. I do not walk out of my house thinking that I have to have a woman, I need a girlfriend, I need sex, or I'm looking for a wife. I go out to do what it is I want to do. And if a woman so happened to come into my point of view or my contact, that I will then put my bid in. That is all I'm doing. I don't even like the word approach, because you can approach a box of cereal the same way you can approach a woman. You can approach to get your car keys in the morning the same way you approach a woman. You can go turn on a light switch the same way you approach a woman. That's why I always like to put my bid in, because what I am trying to do is not impress the woman, but I am trying to make an impression on that woman to show her why she should be messing with me. That is all I'm doing. I don't put too much into the approach. If I get her, I don't care. If she says no, I don't care. If she says she has a boyfriend, I don't care. If she says get the fuck out of my face, I don't care. If she walks away, I don't care. If I'm online with her and I approach her and she doesn't do anything, I don't care. The key thing is I don't care, as long as I set out to do what it is I want to do. And that is only put my bid in. That is all I look for, is to do for me. I am giving her the opportunity to be with somebody that she's never been around, someone she's never met, because I'm the only one of my kind. So I am going to show her my universe. I'm going to show her why she should be with me versus all the other guys, without trying to prove myself to her, because all I'm doing is giving her a chance to be with me, because I will never be a woman's option. I will only be a woman's opportunity. So when I do that and go into what I'm going to show you, that is the premise of everything I'm doing. So I know that when I see a woman, I'm not thinking about how beautiful she is. I'm not thinking about her body. I'm not thinking about her clothes. I'm not thinking about if I'm good enough, if I'm too short, too fat, too ugly, too whatever a man comes up with. No matter what it is, I'm not thinking about those. Thank you, Mr. Warrior, for the 2. Thank you, Mr. Warrior. I'm not thinking about those things. What I am thinking about, to be honest with you, is the bet that I have with myself. I look to me because I challenge myself to be better than what I was yesterday. So when I see a woman, whether she's online, offline, walking on a horse, traveling on a magic carpet, or whatever she's doing, has no business, it has nothing to do with what I want to do. I see what I want. I go in to put my bid in. I don't approach. I go in to put my bid in. I don't approach. Why? Because the man that thinks about approaching versus the man that puts his bid in are two totally different things. You see, a man approaches to practice. A guy that approaches a woman is practicing something. I don't practice. I rehearse. That's why I put my bid in. And I will say it again. I don't practice. I rehearse. You see, practice is for somebody that's just doing things just for the sake of doing them. Rehearsing something means that I already know it and I'm just tweaking it for the venue that I go into. Meaning every woman has her own venue, whether she's country and western, whether she's hip hop, golf, rock, pop, soul, R&B. Whatever place or venue I go into, I go in there to rehearse what I am doing versus practice what I am doing. Because a man that doesn't know what he's doing will always practice, so he will always look to things as approaching a woman versus a man that rehearses will put his bid in. That is all I'm doing is rehearsing, because I don't lose when I rehearse, because I know what it is I need to do. I stand on what I need to do, and I don't try to change what I need to do for a woman who really has no power in my universe. So when I put my bid in, I am only rehearsing to learn from the experience, because I don't lose. You see, when you practice and you approach and she says no, you look at it like a loss because you don't know what you're doing. So practicing means I'm going to throw shit up against the wall, and whatever sticks is going to work for me. And that's what guys that look to approaching do. They practice day in and day out by going online to find new shit to throw on the wall, to go into a woman's venue, and think that practicing or throwing shit up on the wall is going to get the woman to be interested in them. And that's not the truth. I do not practice. I rehearse, because I know what I am. I know what I want. I know how to go about getting what I want. And if I don't get what I want, I'm proud of myself to stand on my square and do what it is I need to do. That's the difference between approaching and putting your bid in. I put my bid in because I rehearse. I am constantly evolving, and I'm constantly tweaking and constantly knowing what I want. And I make the adjustments, not for the woman, but I make the adjustments for myself. So I don't practice anything, meaning I don't approach women. I don't approach women. I don't practice that. What I do is I put my bid in, because if you think about it, when you say approaching a woman, again, you're putting a woman in the sentence of something that you're doing. I put my bid in because I am rehearsing versus practicing. You see, when you know what you're doing and you believe in what you're doing, you're going to continue to do it and make modifications and adjustments. That's what rehearsing is, meaning you already know what it is that has to be done. You're just putting it in. Remember, every venue has different sounds. Every venue has different acoustics that go in there. So you must be able to adjust to the venue without losing who you are. That's why I rehearse. As a man, I never practice. I will never practice, because a man that practices is a man that doesn't know what he's doing. But a man that knows what he's doing, he only rehearses what he's doing to be able to make the proper adjustments so for the woman that he runs into. It's very important to understand. This is where most guys go wrong, because they're too busy approaching and practicing the approach. They'll go to the woman, they'll practice saying something, it doesn't work, they'll go back on YouTube, grab something new, throw it against the wall, and keep doing rinsing and repeating and wondering why it is they lose. But as a man that rehearses versus practicing, I already know what to say. I don't need to go on YouTube and look up millions of ways to do one simple thing, and that's put my bid in. I rehearse. I will never practice what I am doing, because that means if I've got to practice it, I don't know what I'm doing. But if I rehearse it, that means I know what I'm doing. I will do it and make the proper adjustments when the two of us begin interacting with ourselves. You see, most guys who practice, they're busy looking to prove themselves to the woman. They're busy looking to get the woman's number. They're too busy looking to try to worship the woman. You see, for me, the first thing I'm trying to do when I rehearse is I'm making a bet with myself to see how many moves is it going to take to get her to suck my dick. How many moves is it going to take to get her to give up the ass to me, to bring the pussy to my throne, for her to put the pussy in front of my feet, for her to get on her knees and kiss my ring. So the challenge is not with the woman. The challenge is with myself, because I bet on me. And if I bet on me, bet on when I see the woman, because I put a blame, or not a blame, I put a marker on me and challenge myself versus look at the woman to see what she is thinking and what she wants to do. I don't do that at all. What I do is I know through rehearsing and putting my bid in that I am going out to do 5 simple things with this woman. That is get her to smile. That is get her to blush. That's get her to laugh. That's get her to think. And that's getting her reacting to the things that I say when I put my bid in. Because I'm never going to sway off of my square when I'm talking to a woman. Because I want to make sure through my rehearsals that I stay on my square. A man that is practicing is like a kite in the air. He is too busy worshiping the woman. He is too busy worrying what the woman thinks. He is too busy feeling like he's got to fit into her box or into her narrative to get her to be interested in him. So what he does is he keeps practicing the thing that he should be rehearsing, because a man rehearses. A man doesn't practice, gentlemen. I rehearse smiles. I rehearse laughs. I rehearse blushes. I rehearse making her think, and I rehearse making her laugh. That is what I do when I put my bid in. And after I put my bid in, I take the information, whether it is good or that it's bad, that I then go back and assess what I did right versus what I did wrong. Meaning, I am harder on myself if I get the woman. Listen to what I'm saying. I am harder on myself if I get the woman versus if I lose out to the woman. Why is that? Because win, learn, or draw doesn't matter to me. If she takes my number, because we're going to get into that, if she takes my number, I'm harder on myself. Because I'm asking myself, I can't be happy for that. I can't pat myself on the back because I could have done it better. So that means I got to go back and rehearse it even better. Because if it takes me 3 minutes, to exchange information with this woman, I'm not satisfied with that. Because I asked myself, why couldn't I do it in 2 minutes and 50 seconds? Why couldn't I do it in 2 minutes and 30 seconds? I am going to be my harshest critic, because I am always going to go back and keep rehearsing until I feel that I'm going to do the one thing that I will never do, and that is perfect it. I will always go back and tinker and work on my rehearsals versus my practices, because I don't approach, I put my bid in. And what I am trying to do is be my harshest critic, because I know I can do it better. And I'm not good enough to myself because I don't appreciate it. Yeah, so what? I get her, but that's not good enough to me. It's how much time did I allot to getting her. If I lose, again, I don't lose, but if I learn, and she walks away, I accept that because she's allowed to walk away. She's allowed to say no. She's allowed to say she's not interested. But what is important to me is making sure that I stand on who I am. So when it comes to women, you have to understand the beginning of this because we don't get into it. You see, most guys don't understand that when you approach a woman, she's asking herself a few questions. She's trying to ask herself, what do you want? She wants to know who you are. She wants to know why you're here. And she wants to figure out, why is this guy interrupting my day? These are the things that she is looking to get answers to. And if you cannot give her those answers, you already lose because you're interrupting her day. Rule one of the game, understand this. Whenever you put your bid in, you are interrupting that woman's day, meaning that woman is doing something. Rule number one, a woman, the blueprint on every woman in the world, there's a simple blueprint. The blueprint is so simple, it's complicated. But the blueprint is simply this. She is doing one of two things, gentlemen. She is either moving from A to B, meaning she's moving, or she's standing still, meaning she's A to A. That's it. That's it. She's either going from point A to point B, which means she's moving, going somewhere to a destination, or she's A to A, meaning she's standing still, drinking coffee, reading a magazine, texting. That means she's not moving. That's it. It's nothing special. She's either doing one or two things, standing still or moving. But this is part of putting your bid in and rehearsing. You have got to understand that a woman is allowed to say three things to you. Three negative things that y'all deem negative, but it's fine for a man. She's allowed to say, I have a boyfriend. She's allowed to say, get the fuck out of my face. And she's allowed to say no. She's allowed to do those things. But I'm also allowed not to give a fuck and move on to the next woman. So now that I know that a woman is either moving from A to A or from A to B, now I understand the blueprint. I understand the foundation. That's it. But how do I answer those questions of who am I? Why am I here? And why am I interrupting her day? Well, I'm going to show you how you rehearse this. You see, gentlemen, the one thing that we always do, well, the one thing a regular guy does wrong is he doesn't understand women are like music. There's jazz women, blues women, pop, rock, goth, metal. There's R&B, there's soul, there's hip hop, there's house, there's trance, there's techno. So here's the question, Steve. If there's so many different women out there, how do I approach them all the same? And what do I mean by being different? You see, every woman is not a hey baby woman. Every woman is not a yo mama woman. Every woman is not a hey girl woman. Every woman is not a pickup line woman. So what can I say to begin the process in my rehearsal to get her attention and show her that I am not like every other guy out there? What is the one thing? How can I be air, sand, and water to all these women and approach them the right way so they understand that I'm trying to put my bid in? And it's the one thing most young men lose sight of, that our parents taught us when we were young. You see, gentlemen, so many of us think the game has changed, but it's still the same. You see, when you were a little child and the adults were talking or the adults were doing something, What is the one thing that your mom and dad told you to say to the adults to get their attention? No matter what they were saying and no matter what they were doing, what is the one thing that we were taught to say? And it is very easy and very simple. And that is, excuse me. Excuse me has no taste. It has no color. It has no political affiliation. It has no religious background. It doesn't matter if she's house or techno or trance or tribal or hip hop or goth or metal or pop or rock or country, blues or jazz. Excuse me has no color. It is sand, water, and air. It will fit in with every woman you meet because we want to be courteous. A man that is not courteous and a man that makes it all about sex because he's practicing is going to throw the introduction against the wall, hoping that just because this woman looks like she's a, hey, baby, yo, mama, I'm going to say that to her, and they already lose. See, you don't lose when you're when you use courtesy. You see, you can ask the question, well, Steve, what if you're courteous and the woman has an attitude? So fucking what? It's not my problem. I did everything right. Hey, if she's having a bad day, she's having a bad day. But I didn't do anything disrespectful. I came to her like a man does, and that's being courteous by saying, excuse me. Because when I'm saying excuse me, it begins the process of saying to her that I recognize that you are either A to A or A to B, and I'm recognizing it. Now, let's get into it and how it works. See, once you say excuse me to the woman, it is simply this. It is saying excuse me because you want to go ahead and get her attention. But now once you get her attention, what you've got to do is you've got to recognize, because this is respect again, you've got to recognize that she's busy doing something and you are interrupting her day. That's the truth. I'm not lying to you. As soon as you interrupt a woman, you are interrupting her day. If she's sipping on tea or on the phone or she's reading a magazine, you are interrupting her day. So when you say excuse me to the woman, that is, remember, colorless, tasteless, odorless. It doesn't have anything. It's a beautiful thing because what you're saying is, and you're being courteous as a man. I'm not going to say, yo, baby, hey, mama. I'm just going to say, excuse me. But the next phase is recognizing what she's doing to let her know that you recognize she's doing something by letting her know that even though you're busy doing what it is you're doing, I don't want to be rude and I don't want to take too much of your time, because that's the truth. You see, what you're going to learn in this when you are rehearsing is that you are coming with nothing but truth, 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 truth. There's no gimmicks, no lies, no manipulation, no pickup lines, no throwing things against the wall. What you see is what you get. Truth, truth, truth. I'm saying excuse me. And the truth is, yes, I recognize that you're busy. I recognize either you're walking or I recognize what you're doing. But see, because I rehearsed this enough, I'm able to let you know that I recognize what you're doing. So if you're reading a magazine, I don't mean to be rude. I see you're over there doing the action. I'm looking at the action to let her know that I am studying the opponent and studying what she's doing. I recognize what you're doing. That's the truth. If you're sipping tea, if you're standing in line, or you're walking somewhere, I know that you're busy doing something and I don't want to waste too much of your time. And that's the truth. I am watching what you're doing. So the first thing I'm going to say is, excuse me. I don't mean to be rude. I recognize, I see that you're in the action she's doing because I'm being courteous. See, courteous is not only excusing yourself, but also courteous is recognizing what the woman is doing because I want to bring the shields down. The creepy defense shield that she has for the normal man, the guy that she doesn't want to talk to. When I begin to recognize what she's doing, she's tending to say, okay, I'm starting to begin to answer the questions she has in her head before they pop up. So excuse me, I don't mean to be rude. I see that you are in the action. I see you're busy reading a magazine. I see you busy drinking your coffee. Whatever action is, all I'm doing is recognizing the action. But then I'm going to get the next truth is I don't want to take too much of your time because I'm being courteous. I know she's got somewhere to go or she's doing something. And the fact that I am interrupting her day means I'm taking up her time. But you see, when you recognize that you're taking up her time by being courteous, she's more open to see what you got to say at that point because you're recognizing what she's doing. So again, truth, truth, truth. I excuse myself. I'm being courteous. I'm telling her I notice what she's doing, the activity. And then the third truth is I don't want to take too much of your time. And it is at that point that I'm going to introduce myself to her because at that point I know she's saying, okay, well then, who is this guy? Who are you? I mean, you came up to me. I don't know you. You're a complete stranger. So then that's when I speak to her and I introduce myself. How you doing? My name is Steve. And your name is. And I wait for her to give me her name. And once she gives me her name, that's when I do what I call using my bid to show her that I'm quote unquote looking at her eyes and not her body by recognizing her name and reinforcing what I'm saying using her name. So once I get her name, that's when I take her name and I go back to square one. Like I said, Lisa, whatever her name is, Portia, whatever her name is. Like I said, Lisa, I see you're busy doing what you're doing and I don't want to take up your time. Next phase. The reason why I came over here, phase. Because now I got out all the courteous. Now I got your name. Now I know she's wondering, okay, we got names, so what's up? So now I'm going to let you know why I came over here because I'm not here to waste no time. The reason why I came over here, because I always love to go shoulders up. I always look for shoulders up because I want to let you know why I came over here. I'm not here to be your friend. The reason why I came over here was maybe it was your eyes. Maybe it was your smile. Maybe it was your look. You got to pick what the reason is that shoulder up. That's the reason why I came over here is because there was something above your shoulders that caught my eye. And I'm going to let you know what my intentions are in the same breath. The reason why I came over here is because whatever it is that caught your eye, and because of that, I want to get to know you in a more intimate way. I will say it again. The reason why I came over here is because I recognize this in you. Truth, 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 truth. And I want to get to know you in a more intimate way. The reason why I'm going to use intimacy is because I know I'm trying to corner her. You see, gentlemen, women love men that teach them things and evolve them. If you can teach a woman and you can evolve her while you're teaching her, she's going to be more apt to follow you. Case in point, like I've always said, there was a time when we were young kids and we didn't know how to do something. Maybe it was tie a tie. Maybe it was fix an iron tire flat or something like that. We didn't know what to do. So we looked to an older guy to get help. And once he showed us, we trusted him more because he helped us and educated us a little bit. You see, the reason why I say intimate is because I do want to be intimate with her, but she doesn't even know what intimacy is because just like the average guy, guys think intimacy is sex. But see, through intimacy, I'm going to educate her And I'm going to show her why she needs to get with me, because I'm about to show her some game. I'm hitting her with truth, truth, truth. This is why I came over here. This is what I want to do. And I want to force her to think intimacy is just sex. But intimacy is not sex. I want her to think sex because I want her to challenge me on the word intimacy, where she's going to say, what, you just want to sleep with me? You see, if you don't ask for what you want, you're never going to get it, because most guys that practice assume that the woman knows that you want to have sex with her. She knows that you want to have sex, but she knows how to play it off like she doesn't know what you want. She'll play stupid. So I want to hit her with truth, truth, truth. I want to be clear, concise, transparent, and impactful. These are the things I'm trying to do. I'm keeping it all the way 100, because this is the rehearsal. This is not the practice. This is the rehearsal. So when I tell her I want to get to know her in a more intimate way, I want her to think sex. I want her to position herself and say, oh, so you want to sleep with me? Oh, all you want to do is have sex. Which then gives me the chance to educate her, which gives me the chance to let her know, even though I do find you sexually attractive, that's not what intimacy is to me. You see, Lisa, intimacy, or her name, you see, intimacy to me is a kiss, a hug, a blush, a smile, unbuttoning your clothes. That's what intimacy is to me. Yes, I'm sexually attracted to you, because if I wasn't, I wouldn't have approached you. Truth, 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 truth. But to reinforce that, to be honest with you, even though you are attractive, even though you look good, that is not what I'm trying to find out. Because what I'm going to do is use the one thing against a woman that she always wants to use against a man. Why do guys always want me for my body? Why do guys always want me for my ass or my titties? What about me? What about my personality? What about my character? I am more than just ass and titties. That's what they're always thinking. So you know what? I'm going to challenge you on that. So what I will say is, even though you are sexually attractive, that's what brought me over here. That's not what intimacy is about. I'm going to explain that to her. And then what I'm going to do is, what I'm explaining to her is this. Yes, even though you are sexually attractive, that's not enough for a man like me. I'm trying to find out, does your character match your beauty? The women are not used to being challenged by a man. They're always used to the guy that is practicing lines, because he doesn't know what to say. He doesn't know when to say it, or how to say it, or where to say it. But when you rehearse it, you're going through your compass and you're trying to get to your end game by hitting her with nothing but truth, truth, truth. I am trying to see, because I don't like to waste my time. Just because you look good doesn't mean you might drive good. So I want to see what's behind the curtain. I want to know about your character. And the only way I can learn about your character is by what? Taking you out on a date. And you know where I want to take you out of? You got 3 options. And y'all know that there's 3 options that a woman gets with me. Option number 1, we can feed the ducks at Lake Spread Your Ass Cheeks. We can go get some ice cream or tea on the corner of your face and a pillow, your ass up in the air. Or we can go get some cocoa, depending on the weather, on the corner of my dick on your forehead and my balls in your mouth. That's all you get, because you have not proven yourself to me. I am not worshiping you. I'm trying to see if you are worth my time. So the only way I can do that is let you know what I want to do. Truth, 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 truth. Now, with that being said, the one thing my mentor taught me, he always asked me, why do women who are single, or women, why do those women wear wedding rings? Or why does a single woman, or a woman that has a man, why do they always say I have a boyfriend? Or why do they say I'm married? Or why do they say I'm engaged? Or Why do they say I'm living with somebody? Because some women out there have lives, husbands, and some are pillars of community. Some are in charity organizations. Some of them do shit. So sometimes a woman just might want a one-night stand. Sometimes she just might want a little bit of dick and bubble gum, and she's all out of bubble gum. And maybe sometimes she just wants somebody to come and fuck and keep going. So the woman has to vet you to see what kind of a man you are based off of the next thing I'm about to tell you. See, the man that wants a long-term relationship is going to walk away when she says, I have a boyfriend, I'm married, I'm living with somebody, I'm involved with somebody. See, what most guys don't understand, women shit test men too. And a woman has got to see through her shit test, is this a guy that wants a long-term relationship? Or is this a guy that just wants to fuck? What does he want to do? Because if I'm looking for someone to fuck, then I can't mess with a guy that wants a long-term relationship. Is he going to give up easily? Is he going to walk away easy? Or is he going to be persistent, not desperate, and keep holding the line? See, when a woman says to a guy, especially even when she puts on a wedding ring, and see, sometimes women hunt for just guys that want to smash, guys that don't care what the woman's going through. They want what they want when they want it. And see, what a lot of guys understand, married wouldn't play to be single, and single wouldn't play to be married. They all play the game. So I don't care what the woman does. I'm just trying to put my bid in through my rehearsals and not me practicing. Through my rehearsal, I know that even if she does or she doesn't, I don't care, because I'm putting my bid in, because I'm always going to go for 2 no's. I will never go for 1. 1 is not acceptable, because I don't know if this is a challenge. I don't know if she's playing games. I don't know what she's doing. But all I know is that I'm going to go for 2 no's. So after I tell her I want to get to know her in a more intimate way, and after I let her know I want to take her out to the lake, spread your ass cheeks, go get some ice cream or tea, just doing those things, that this is what I want to do. And then between that or after that, I'm going to offer her my number. You're calling me because it's all about me. I don't run behind you. You are going to get with me. Because see, a guy that has women and a guy that has experience will always make it about him. And through my rehearsals, all I'm saying is I'm giving you a Willy Wonka golden ticket. Either you're going to take it or you're not. The choice is yours. But I'm not going to force this on you. I'm just putting myself in a position to show you that you need to get with me by being honest with you. Truth, 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 truth. Sure, she's going to ask if I have a girlfriend. Sure, she's going to ask, what do I want, or maybe what my intentions are. All those things can be answered. Because even if she says that, I've got to answer, because I'm trying to put her, be the current to get her to my throne. So if she says, no, I have a boyfriend, or I'm living with somebody, or I'm going to Jupiter, whatever she says, I don't listen to that. But what I'll say, to be courteous, again, is that okay? Well, with all due respect, the next time you want to laugh, the next time you want to smile, the next time you want to blush, or the next time you want to get away, here's my number, call me. That's it. Some are going to take it, some aren't. And whether she takes it or not is none of my business. But all I'm going to do is put my bid in. But Steve, what happens if she says, no, I don't want your number, take mine? Only take a woman's number when you offer yours first. And if she turns my number down and says, take mine, I will take her number. And when I'm ready to talk, I will say, this is Steve from the place that we met. I'll use her name and let her know and direct her to get back at me, call me, or message me. That is all I'm trying to do. That's phase 1 of the game right there. That's how simple it is. It's not hard. Because see, when you rehearse it, you just flow. There's no oohs, ahs, or ohs. There's no woulda, coulda, shoulda, or throwing shit up on the wall and getting thrown off by what a woman says. Now let me show you about the compass. See, when you rehearse versus practice, you know you can always bring the woman back to where you want her to go through rehearsing. Well, what do you want from me? I don't know what it is I want for you. That's why I'm trying to get to know you in a more intimate way to see if your character matches your beauty. Oh, you have other women. You're a player. Yeah, well, that is true. But you know what? I also go for what I want. And when I saw you, I came over here. That's why I'm over here, because I go after what I want. And that's why I approached you. And that's why I told you I wanted to get to know you in a more intimate way, and told you I wanted to get to know you better. See, there's nothing a woman can say that will not throw me off my square, because I rehearse. Oh, I'm looking for a relationship. Are you looking for a relationship? To be honest with you, I don't know what I'm looking for when it comes to me and you, because I don't know you well enough. And to be honest with you, the only way I'm going to get to know you well enough is by getting to know you in a more intimate way, by taking you out to go feed the ducks. You see, gentlemen, when you rehearse versus practice, you can always bring the woman back to the end goal that you're trying to reach. You never, ever, 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 gentlemen, practice. When you practice, you don't know what to say. They will always throw you off your square because you're not sure what to say or what to do, because you're not used to women being like music. Most of you are not used to the classical woman, the opera, the theater, the house, the techno. You're not used to those things. So when she says that, you get thrown off by what she says, because you're already thrown off by her body and her looks, because you worship the woman. No, I rehearse. I don't care if it's Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, another street, city, corner, state, or country. I'm going to stand on my square and be who I am, to who me. I'm only doing this for me. I'm giving her the opportunity to get with me through me rehearsing my bid versus practicing some shit I'm going to throw against the wall. Practicing pickup lines and gimmicks and all that other shit. Man, that's not me. I rehearse what I do. I don't practice, because I know what it is I want. I know how to go about getting what I want, and I'm going to stand on what I want. And whether she likes it or not is none of my business. It has nothing to do with me, because when I rehearse, I learn from the experience and I make the adjustments, because I know meeting her has nothing to do with the game. It's when we begin to talk is when the game starts. So when we exchange information and she gets in touch with me and the game begins, now I've got to reinforce my rehearsal. I got to make sure that I'm not wasting my time. So everybody says to themselves, okay, well, Steve, that's cool, but what's the first text message I should say? Or what should I do? How should I approach it when she says, hi, this is Lisa from Starbucks? Or after I tell her to get back with me, she said, oh, hey, how you doing? You told me to get back at you. What is the one thing that I say, and what is the one thing that I do to begin the process? Very easy. Since these women have been little girls, what is the one thing they always do? And that is read. Read magazines, read books, and all that other stuff. They read because they love the story. They watch Lifetime and We Channel shows because of the story. They watch soap operas because of the story. They read romance books because of the story. So why not, if I know she likes the story and I'm rehearsing me and it's all about me, then why not give her the story of how we met? I don't care. I'm never going to ask you what you do for a living, because I don't care. I'm never going to ask you what you're looking for, because it's me. Why do I got to ask you what you're looking for when I know I'm it. I'm not going to ask you that shit because I don't care to ask you that. I will never ask you shit like what you like. I don't care because I know that I'm that guy. I know I'm that guy. And because I know I'm that guy, I'm going to tell you the story of me. I don't care if it's offline, online, text. I'm going to let you know. Y'all, my favorite is my cereal because y'all know I love Fruity Pebbles. Can't eat Fruity Pebbles now because I'm lactose intolerant, but I'm just giving you an example. Whatever I set out to do in my day is what I do. That's what I do. Whatever I set out to do in my day is what I do. And that's the truth. You know what? And here's my story. When I was a little kid, I loved cereal. I was a huge Fruity Pebble guy. I love Fruity Pebbles. You got to eat it fast or it get really soft. And you know what? It so happened this is your lucky day because I was out of Fruity Pebbles. Remember, I said the key word, your lucky day, because I was out of Fruity Pebbles. So I took my cake ass out to go get some Fruity Pebbles. And on my way to getting my Fruity Pebbles, I saw you. And it was at that point I had to make a decision. Do I go get my Fruity Pebbles? Truth, 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 truth. Or do I allow you to miss out on the opportunity to get with me? So I made a decision. And what I did was I came over there and I put my bid in. Now, gentlemen, what if she says, oh, so all you want to do is have sex with me? All you do is trying to be a smooth guy to try to show me a different way that you want to sleep with me? No. Truth, truth, truth. If you really want to know the truth is that I'm not trying to fuck you. And that's the truth. I'm going to say it again. The truth is why I approached you is not to sleep with you. And that's the God honest truth when you're a man about the game. If you really want to know the truth, and I have no problem telling you the truth is the reason why I am talking to you right now is because I'm showing you why you should fuck me. The reason why I'm talking to you right now is that I'm showing you why you should want to fuck me. Period. That's the truth. I'm not trying to fuck you because I'm not trying to impress you. I've got nothing to prove. And I'm not trying to express I'm not trying to make get you what was the word I always say? It's my word that I always use. It's my first. I got a blank right now. Oh yeah. I'm not trying to prove myself to you. I'm not trying to do those things. I'm not trying to impress you. I am here to make an impression on you. That's the truth. You can take it for what you want, but that is the truth. I have no problem telling you what I want, but can you handle that truth? Because I'm not trying to fuck you. Because what you understand is we already began the process of sex when I came at you like a real man. So whether you want to fuck me or not is none of my problem. I'm just rehearsing what I do. And I'm not trying to fuck you. I'm trying to give you the opportunity to get on this dick. And that's the truth. I'm not the average guy that practice. See, the man that practice is the man that's trying to get pussy. But the man that rehearses is showing the woman why she should be fucking him. I'm nobody's option. I will be her opportunity. Bars. But when I say that, that's when I'm within the first 3 messages. Now remember, the first message is giving a story of us. She's going to reply. And I don't care what she says, what she does. I am going to set up the date within the first 3 messages. I'm going to let her know I got a choice. Now, any, mini, money this. Do I want to take it to Lake Spread your ass cheeks? Do I want to do tea or ice cream on the corner of your face and the pillow your ass up in the air? Or do I want to do cocoa in the corner of my dick on your forehead, my balls in your mouth? Where do I want to do? I got the choice because I'm leading this shit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let her know, and you know what? Let's do ice cream at this place, at this time, on this day. I am going to lead her. Now, remember, even if I'm leading her, she's allowed to say, I can't do it on that day. I can't make it. But gentlemen, if a woman really wants to see you, she's going to tell you she can't make it and then let you know when she's free to do it. And then you take that and you take that, and then you go back and you talk to her. That's how the game works. Because I'm not wasting my time trying to get to know you better with all that fluff bullshit. Truth, 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 truth. That's all I'm doing. But now we got the date set up. Now, how can I touch her without touching her? How can I impress her when most guys don't know what to do next? And that's how I communicate. You see, gentlemen, people don't understand communication. People think the only way I have to communicate with a woman if you practice all the time is just through text messages. No. You see, I'm the only one in this whole land that breaks this down as far as how I communicate. There are 4 ways in which I communicate with the woman. That is land texting, C, voicemail, air, video, and space going live. That means I got 4 different ways to express who I am to a woman without trying to kiss her ass and show her that I'm not like the average guy. Because all I try to do is position myself to show her why she should be fucking me. It goes back to what I told you before. Because I'm not practicing. I'm not trying to get her pussy. That's what that man that practices and throws shit up on the wall. I'm rehearsing what I do because I'm saying that you got to buy tickets to my show. You got to get on my boat. You got to ride with me. I'm not following you, and I'm not doing what you think I should do. Absolutely not. You have to get with me. And the only way you can do this is by showing me that your character is more than just your body. See, that's how men act. See, men hold women to a higher standard than just their body, especially the ones that rehearse versus the ones that practice. See, the average guy that does pickup and all that goofy shit is practicing shit to throw against the wall. I will always rehearse who I am because I am making it about me. I'll never make it about the woman. So when I put my bid in, I'm putting my bid in for me. I'm not approaching anything. I don't approach a woman. I put my bid in. When I go get a burger at McDonald's, I don't approach the counter and tell them to tell me what I should be eating. No, I tell them what I want by putting my bid in. That's bars right there. That's how the game works. Now, all right, and we'll talk about this later. But let's fast forward to the date. How can we impress her on the dates? By doing one or two things. See, when you set up the date, you got to make sure that you do your sound checks. And we'll talk about sound checks later as well, because that's a whole different thing. So once I do my sound checks with the woman and all this other stuff, and we go to eat ice cream on the corner of Lake Spread Your Ass Cheeks, it is at that moment, gentlemen, where I'm going to use my environment to show her that I've been here before. See, women love men who rehearse because the man that rehearses has been there before. The man that practices and approaches have no experience with women. He doesn't know what he's doing, and he's throwing shit up on the wall. Meaning, when he's on his date, he's sitting around trying to figure out what to say and what to do, or ask her what she does for a living, or where she goes to college. No, man. I'm trying to position myself to show her why she should be on my nutsack. Yeah. So, I use my environment, and what's the most important person using your environment is your waiter. And if your waitress looks good, you can knock two birds out with one stone. If your waitress looks good. And how do you do it? It's really easy and really simple how you do it. Give me 1 second. Hold on, guys. I'm not done. 1 second. Hold on, guys. Hold on. All right, guys, I'm back. All right. So how do we have the first date? How do we show the woman that I'm her lucky day? How do I show the woman that? How do I show the woman she with a real man who knows what he's doing, who knows what he wants? How do I show that woman that? Simply by doing this, making it about me, but making a time that we have very fun and making the experience something that she's never experienced before by using the waiter to not only get across what I want to do, but also using the waiter to let her know what I'm going to do at the end of the date. And that's simply this, is that you see, gentlemen, when I take a woman out and her and I are at getting tea or ice cream or whatever we getting, tea, ice cream, or feeding the ducks, it won't happen at Lake Spread Your Ass Cheeks. But what I am doing is when I get with the waiter and he comes or she's beautiful, they come over, I'm not just ordering my food, or no food, excuse me. I'm not ordering my drinks, no food. What I'm doing is I'm going to let them know the story of how we met. I'm telling the waiter the story. I'm going to sum it up. I'm not going to go too long in that. I'm just going to let them know that, look, the reason that we're here is because, back to my old story, I was getting, if I didn't go get some Fruity Pebbles or get my Fruity Pebbles, we would never be in this position right here. And the reason is because I was getting my Fruity Pebbles and look at her. And I'll say, look at this woman. I'll get up out my seat, grab her hand and twirl around and say, come on, man. You telling me Fruity Pebbles would be more important than biting her neck and taking up trees? See, I'm vibing with the guy. I'm not vibing with the woman. I'm vibing with the guy. I'm telling the guy what's going on. But I'm also telling that motherfucking waiter that, you know what? Hey, look, check this out. When you get that receipt, take your time, because that's when I'm going in for the kiss. So when I say I want the receipt, you just take your time on that receipt, because at that point I'm maneuvering and getting the kiss. I'm letting her know what I'm doing, and I'm letting him know what I'm doing. But how do I do it in a smooth way? Really easy and simple. Now, if she's eating her ice cream, and I'm eating my ice cream, and it's time to put that receipt, and it's time to go in for the kiss, it's easy and simple. How good? Because most women like that cookie dough ice cream bullshit. You know, not all, but some. How's the cookie dough ice cream? Oh, is it really good? Well, let me try a little bit. And I'll try a little bit of a cookie dough ice cream. Okay. Well, it tastes good in my spoon. Now I want to know how that cookie dough tastes on your lips. I want to know if there's a difference between it on tasting on your lips versus the spoon. And I'm going in for the kiss. That's it. But she's going to know from Jump Street, when we get on that date, there ain't going to be no what you do for a living, because when I see her, I'm going to give her a hug. I'm going to twirl her around. I'm going to tell her how good she look and how nice she smell. And I'm going to grab her hand and I'm going to sit her at the table waiting for my waiter to come over so I can tell them the story of us and what my intentions are. That's it. Truth, 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 truth. I have nothing to lie to the woman about, because I rehearse me. I don't practice, I rehearse. Practice is for a guy looking for a gimmick. Practice is for a guy looking for a pickup line. Practice is for a guy who doesn't know what the fuck he wants. He doesn't know how to go about getting it. So he just closes his eyes and throws shit up on the wall. I don't practice. I will always rehearse what it is I have to do. And I don't care if she's from Afghanistan, Pakistan, Russia, India, Japan, Hong Kong, the Philippines, China, Nova Scotia, Wales, Mexico, Jamaica, the East Coast, the West Coast, British Columbia. I don't care if she's from the Mars, from the moon, Jupiter, or Saturn. I will always be me because I believe in me. See, remember that song? I believe in Crystal Light because I believe in me. I believe in me. So I rehearse for me. I adjust for me. I learn for me. I don't practice me. Practicing me is being disrespectful to myself. I don't practice. I rehearse because I know what it is I gotta do. And if I keep doing it, I'm gonna get my results. But she doesn't have to like me. She doesn't have to give me play. And I don't have to give a fuck because I'm going to be me. And I'm always going to position myself to make her want to fuck me versus me trying to kiss her ass. I'm no woman's option. I will never be her option. I'll never kiss her ass. I'll never beg. I'll never prove. I'll never impress. That's what the motherfucker that practices because he doesn't want to learn himself. And when you don't want to learn yourself, you look to everything outside of yourself to try to get what you want because you're continuously practicing. I don't practice, gentlemen. The game is about how I rehearse. I rehearse me every day, all day, 25 hours, 8 days a week, and even on Sundays. It will always be about me. I will always be clear, concise, impactful, and transparent. I will always put my bid in. I'm fine if I lose, but I'm harder if I win. Because if I win, I could have done better. I will always be my harshest critic. A woman is allowed to say no. She's allowed to say she's got a boyfriend. She's allowed to say she's seeing with anybody else. But you know what? I'm also allowed to give her the opportunity to take my Willy Wonka golden ticket and to call me. And sometimes if a woman says no twice, I walk away. But sometimes they'll take your card. And sometimes they will call you, but I don't care. Sometimes you'll get a phone call from the friend because some women will take the card, put it in the purse, and sometimes women exchange purses. So sometimes the other woman grabs your number. It's like, wow, but what should I have on my card? How should I have on my card? Easily, man. See, what a lot of people don't understand is this. We're not in high school anymore. We're not in the days of ripping off a little piece of paper and writing our numbers down. We're not in the days we're in a club and we say, excuse me, bartender, can I borrow a pen so I can write a number down on a napkin? No, I'm a goddamn man. And I am trying to give her an opportunity. So I'm going to create my business card, AKA my Willy Wonka golden ticket. My Willy Wonka golden ticket. And all I'm going to have is my name, my number, my email, on my Facebook. That's it. That's all I have. And I want her to say, well, why do you have business cards? You want to know why? Because I wanted to say that because, again, I want to educate her because if I evolve her in education, she's going to be more apt to follow. So why do you have business cards? Well, because, and the answer is I'm no longer in high school. I'm no longer at a stage where I look for pieces of paper or paper napkins to write my number on. That's why I have my business card because it makes things easier. Oh, do you give that to all the women? All the women that I'm interested in. And that's why I'm giving it to you to see what you are, to see if your character matches your beauty. Remember, gentlemen, there is nothing a woman can challenge a man on when he rehearses who he is versus practicing. I will always stay on with my compass to know where I need to go. And the only way I need to do what I need to do is let her know that I'm not a kid anymore. I'm not looking around ripping off little pieces of paper or asking somebody for a napkin and shit. Motherfucker, I'm a man now. And as a man, I have my, matter of fact, this isn't a business card. This is a Willy Wonka golden ticket. This is an opportunity to ride my roller coaster. This is an opportunity to get on my log and water ride. This is an opportunity to ride the swing set. This is an opportunity to get some of my cotton candy, my funnel cake, my goddamn candy apples. You get this is a special card right here. And it is what you want to do with it. But I'm telling you, I am nobody's option. I'm not begging you to call me. I'm not gonna plead or prove myself for you to call me. I am rehearsing me. And as long as I rehearse me, no matter what you are to you and everybody else, is none of my goddamn business because it's all about me. I'm the opportunity. I'm coming from the land of ass and titties, taking the form of man and giving you an opportunity to meet the master of his universe. You get to meet a motherfucker that evolves every day. You get to meet a motherfucker that's not the same motherfucker that you met today. You get to meet somebody that's deeper than you've ever imagined. And all you got to do is take that golden ticket, cash that motherfucker, and you're going to see that you made a smart move. It ain't on me. Because, again, you can say yes, you can say no, you can say whatever the fuck you want to say. I don't care. Because I will always rehearse me. That's why there's no win, lose, or draw with me. There is win, learn, or draw. I learn from all my experience because I rehearse me. And when you rehearse, that's when you make the modifications of what you're doing. That's what makes a man, by the modifications he's making with the opponents that he's talking to, because every woman is not going to be the same. So it doesn't matter what she is, as long as I am true to my fucking self. That's where I go right versus where the average man goes wrong, because he's looking for the approach to be the end all be all. Fuck no, I'm not approving anybody. I'm me. I'm rehearsing me to my specifications. And if I can't do it for me, then I don't need it for myself. And that's real talk. You have got to know it for yourself. But the most important thing is not practicing. We will never practice what we do, because practicing saying, I don't know what the fuck it is I'm doing, so I'm just going to try shit and hopefully something works with this woman opposed to that woman. No, everything I do is for me. I don't care who the woman is or what she is. I will always do for me and myself. And that's why I rehearse. I will never practice. Practice is for a guy that doesn't know what he's doing. I rehearse me because I want to know me and know where my strengths are versus my weaknesses, and make my adjustments, but never prove myself, never impress, but only make an impression. Position myself to show her why she should fuck me versus running some other sucker. That's how the game is. And that's how the game goes when you rehearse versus practice. But nobody's going to teach you that. And nobody don't know the game like your boy. That's all I got to say. That's what I'm trying to get you young men to see. At the end of the day, I will rehearse me. And I'm always rehearsing me 25 hours a day, 8 days a week, and on Sunday, because I need to know me. I need to know my standard. I need to know what I want. So when I ask for what I want to get to know in a more intimate way, there's nothing that she can say, there's nothing that she can do to knock me off my square, because I am the creator of my universe. I am the creator of my language. I am the creator of being someone's opportunity and not being someone's option. I will never do that. I will always rehearse me. I will always be in the studio rehearsing me. I will always be in the venue rehearsing me. I will never put a pickup line, a gimmick, or try to practice shit because I'm doing a disservice to myself when I'm trying to practice something versus rehearsing. Too many guys look for gimmicks. Too many guys look for pickup lines, look for gimmicks and tricks and ways to manipulate and ask you questions that you don't care about. What are you doing, girl? What are you up to? What you got going on over there? Man, I want to know all that shit. I want to know, are you worthy of this this dick? Are you worthy of this dick? Are you worth my time? What do you bring to my table? What does your character match your beauty? Because if you just bring me ass, that's not enough. And women aren't used to my kind because we are far and motherfucking few. That's what I'm saying. Thank you, 176 likes. That's what I'm saying to y'all. And that's how you approach. I don't approach for the woman because I don't practice for the woman. I approach the woman for me because I'm too busy rehearsing what I got to do. And I'm just taking my rehearsal and putting it in effect. I believe in me so much that I can use whatever I rehearse on any woman to either and to get my result. And guess what my result is? I don't care what my result is as long as I'm doing what I set out to do. I set out to position myself. That is it. And in that position, whether I win, learn, or draw, I don't lose. She can say no all she wants. She can walk away all she wants, and that doesn't bother me at all. What bothers me is when she says yes, because I'm my harshest critic. I get on my own ass because if I get her in this many moves, if I get her in 10 moves, why did I do it in 7? Why do you think I bet on me? I don't bet on you. I don't bet on what y'all think. I bet on me because I'm the creator of my universe. And if I'm the creator of my universe and I'm the only one of my kind, then why can't I do my language to me? Meaning that when I see a woman, because I rehearse and don't practice, I challenge myself. The voice in my head says, Steve, we know we're going to get that ass. We know we're going to put our bid in, but how many moves is going to take you, motherfucker? I bet you can't get her in 10 moves. Bet you I can't. Bet on. I don't bet with the world. I bet on me. And if I win, learn, or draw, it doesn't matter. Because I set out to do what I need to do because I'm all about rehearsing versus practicing. I will never practice me because that's a disservice by saying I'm not good enough. So I got to learn a lie, a trick, or a gimmick to do the one thing that has nothing to do with the game, and that's approach a woman. I'll never do that. I'll never approach a woman begging her for her time, lying to her and trying to manipulate her for her to give me a pinch or a crumb of what? Her time? Oh, no. But what I will do is I will rehearse me to my specifications, and that's all I can do, and let everything fall where it may. Peace.